Hi, welcome to Sabbath School Daily, where we have been studying from this lesson right here, God's Mission, My Mission. This week we studied from lesson number 4, which has the title, Sharing God's Mission, and today is Final Thought Friday, where we come together, we look at the quotes mentioned on the day's lesson, and think about what we've studied throughout this week. Today's lesson has some very beautiful quotes. I want to read it for you, and then we're going to talk a little bit about them. Look at what this first quote says from Patriarchs and Prophets, page 140. Love for perishing souls inspired Abraham's prayer. While he loathed the sins of the corrupt city, he desired that the sinners might be saved. His deep interest for Sodom shows the anxiety that we should feel for the impenitent. We should cherish hatred of sin, but pity and love for the sinner. All around us are souls going down to ruin as hopeless, as terrible as that which befell Sodom. Every day, the probation of some is closing. Every hour, some are passing beyond the reach of mercy. And where are the voices of warning and entreaty to bid the sinner flee from this fearful doom? Where are the hands stretched out to draw him back from death? Where are those who with humility and persevering faith are pleading with God for him? The spirit of Abraham was the spirit of Christ. The Son of God is himself the great intercessor in the sinner's behalf. He who has paid the price for its redemption knows the worth of the human soul. With an antagonism to evil such as can exist only in a nature spotlessly pure, Christ manifested toward the sinner a love which infinite goodness alone could conceive. In the agonies of the crucifixion, himself burdened with the awful weight of the sins of the whole world, he prayed for his revilers and murderers, Father, forgive them, for they know not what they do. Friends, the only way that we can have this kind of love for the world around us, for people around us, is if we are connected to Christ. Otherwise, no amount of humanitarianism, no amount of charity, no amount of activism will be worth much. You see, the only true form of love is through God. And so our prayer should constantly be what we saw here, to be like Abraham, to love these people, not their sin, not the horrible things that they do, but to love everyone and to intercede for them. Our greatest example comes from the cross of Calvary, where Jesus Christ, in the midst of pain, in the midst of agony, is praying for those who are inflicting that pain upon him. Our next quote comes from Patriarchs and Prophets, page 133 and 134, that says, Abraham was honored by the surrounding nations as a mighty prince and a wise and able chief. He did not shut away his influence from his neighbors. His life and character, in their marked contrast with those of the worshippers of idols, exerted a telling influence in favor of the truth. His allegiance to God was unwavering, while his affability and benevolence inspired confidence and friendship, and his unaffected greatness commanded respect and honor. Friends, so many times we want to exclude ourselves from the world. We want to go out into the middle of the hills, to run away, to live in the middle of nowhere. Well, how can we follow this that way? How will we reach people if we are separating ourselves from them? Look, there will come a time when there will be no more opportunity to reach the lost. At that point, all will have made their decision. But up to that moment, we still have time. We still have opportunities. There are people to be found, people to be saved. As the first quote had mentioned here, every hour some are passing beyond the reach of mercy. And where are the voices of warning and entreaty to bid the sinner flee from this fearful doom? Where are the hands stretched out to draw him back from death? Where are those who with humility and persevering faith are pleading with God for him? If we hide away in the middle of nowhere, how will we do this? How will we extend our hands to those who are fallen? How will we be a blessing to the world around us? So I hope you see that while, yes, it might be more comfortable to not have to deal with any of this, God's call is to go out where there are people that are hurting, to go to where people are lost, where people are killing themselves, are destroying themselves and destroying each other, and to be a blessing. That might not always be comfortable. That is definitely out of our comfort zone, but that is where Jesus is. He is working, and where Christ works, so should his followers, his body, work as well. I hope that today's lesson was inspiring to you. It certainly was for me. Don't forget to study it, look up these quotes, read the chapters from which these quotes are taken from. There's a lot to be learned there. Also, please remember to comment down below if you have any questions or any comments. I'd love to interact with you. And please remember to like, to share, and to subscribe to our videos. We release one every day. And I hope to see you again here tomorrow for another Sabbath School Daily.